Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wild Things Park here in Washington, Pennsylvania for CUTV's very first baseball broadcast of the 2023 season. In store for you today, we have game number one of a doubleheader in a PSAC West matchup between the California Vulcans and the Seton Hill Griffins. My name is John Sape. Alongside me here today is Braxton Turner. Braxton, how are you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. Excited to see some good baseball today.
As am I. Yesterday was a bit of a tough stretch for the Vulcans, losing 2 games in a row to open the series against the Griffins, 12-4 in Game 1, 5-4 in Game 2, so a little bit closer in that regard. So California looking to fight back and try to split the series here today. We do have some lineups for you today as well, starting off with the visiting Seton Hill Griffins.
Well, the Seton Hill visiting Griffins. Starting off is center fielder Jack Whalen. Next, number 5, infielder Max Mandler. Number 35, Vincenzo Rauzo. Number 50, Jack Oberdorf. Number 6, Owen Sabal. Number 4, Braden Durham. Number 15, Logan Vietmeyer. Number 7, Noah Sweeney. And number 18, Cameron Colwell. And starting pitcher, Aiden Layton with an ERA of 124.
And Layton having a great start to the season so far. And starting off pitching here today for your Vulcans will be a number 27, Dylan Matheson, the freshman making his first start of the season here today for Coach Conti's Vulcans. Not bat to first here for the Griffins is the center fielder Jack Whalen, number 1. First pitch by Matheson. In there for strike 1. Whalen, the freshman out of North Huntington, Pennsylvania. Local lad that went to Norwin High School. His first at-bat here. That one popped into shallow right field, and nice play made there for out number 1.
Quick out there for Cal. If they're able to keep that up, quick outs. It's only a 2-pitch at bat. It's only keep low numbers. If you want to keep that up for the rest of the game, that'll definitely be a good look.
Yeah, exactly what the Vulcans are looking for. Like I said, especially for a first start of the season for Dylan Matheson, has a 5.6 ERA coming into today's game. Looking to see more of that. First pitch swinging, chopped foul. This time by the second batter of the game, number 5, Max Mundler, the left fielder, here today for the Griffins. Mundler, a sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, graduate of Upper St. Clair High School. And to get us underway once again, 0-1 count. Ball high for ball number 1. And that pitch swinging and crushed into left field. That's going to be a base hit and a single for Mandler, for the first player on base here today for the Griffins. And that'll bring up number 35, Vinny Rosso, here for the Griffins. Runner on first, 1 out. First pitch in there for strike 1. Here's chirping from the Griffin dugout. Second pitch, just outside. Ball evens up the count at 1-1. Rosso in the season batting .385, second highest on the team, only to Mandler, who's on first. 1-1 pitch, just a bit high, ball for ball 2. For California here, just looking to get out of this first inning unscathed, like we talked about. Game number 1 yesterday did not go their way. Pickoff attempt. Throw to first, not in time. Mandler sticking closer to the bag, able to get back. That pitch down low brings the count to 3-1. Matheson having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone here against Razzo. Matheson looks over. 3-1 pitch inside for ball 4. So 2 on, 1 out for the next batter, which will be Jack Oberdorf, the third baseman, batting cleanup here for the Griffins.
Now batting for the Griffins, number 50, Jack Oberdorf.
And if you're Matheson here, you're just looking for some sort of an answer here. You want to get out of this inning unscathed. 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position. First pitch to Oberdorf, down low for ball 1. Second pitch from Matheson outside, ball number 2. And it started off pretty good. Matheson was getting some strikes early on in these counts, but since seemingly just keeps falling behind.
Yeah. Having runners on base does not help that, as you're worried about having them steal.
Third pitch inside, and checked off foul into the Griffin dugout. It's a nice battle back there from Matheson, able to get strike number 1. Oberdorf, the senior out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania, went to Greensburg, Salem. Takes that pitch high, brings the count to 3-1 now. This might be a little bit of nerves shown in this game from Matheson. The 3-1 pitch high for ball 4. Bases loaded now, and this is not the position, not an ideal position here if you're California. It's 2 straight walks. And now the bases loaded for the shortstop, Owen Sable.
Coach is coming out. We're going to have a mound visit.
Yeah, Coach Connie coming out, like he talked about, just want to get that visit, want to talk things over here because they're able to get a quick out, like you said, in 2 pitches in the first batter to Whalen, but since then, it's just been nothing but trouble for Matheson.
Yeah. Right now, I bet he's trying to calm them down a little bit. And I imagine the game plan for this point is trying to draw a ground ball, so nothing high in the zone or anything. The only way you get out of this without allowing any scores is a double play. He's probably telling him to let him hit it, make his fielders help him out.
Yeah, don't be afraid to hit for some, or to pitch for some contact. I'm the freshman Matheson out of Carapaz, Pennsylvania, making his first start of the season, has pitched in 3 appearances, but only 5 innings in the season already. And that leaves the shortstop Sable to bat first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Maybe that'll instill some confidence into Matheson on the bump. A 1 pitch to Sable, swung on and missed, strike 2. I think Sable's kind of feeling the pressure a little bit, wants to be able to drive one of these runs home.
Yeah. Bases loaded, 1 out.
Swinging for the fences, the senior out of Irwin, Pennsylvania, falls in a hole 0-2. That pitch high. Good eye from Sable to take that one for ball 1.
Not a bad pitch to make him chase, trying to throw him off of rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got ahead in the count. He's got the pitches to waste, so why not? Matheson deals. That one swung on a drive deep to left field, back towards the warning track. And that's a grand slam from Owen Sable. That one nearly took out a car window out in left field. And just like that, one swing of the bat, it's a 4-0 ball game.
Oh boy, first inning grand slam. Only his third, no, I won't say only, but his third home run of the season.
Yeah, I'm not sure the feet, how far back left field is, but we very rarely see home runs here in Wild Things Park, and we very rarely see home runs with that much juice on it. That one was drilled.
It was crushed.
If you're the Vulcans, not obviously not an ideal start, 4-0, but because you have a fresh set of bases here, one on, nobody out. For the 6-hole hitter, the DH, Braden Durham, and his first at-bat of the game. Senior out of Toledo, Ohio, took first pitch for strike one. Second pitch just popped it over the second baseman's head. So bloop single for Durham.
Seton Hill jumping early on the Vulcans, leaving no breathing room.
I just got a nice text from our good friend Jonathan Sakaguchi. Left field is 346 feet from home plate, so just goes to show you how much juice Sable has. That brings up Logan Vietmeyer, first baseman. First pitch, a steal attempt, and a throw not in time. So Durham showing off the wheels a little bit, able to get to second. That throw from Stewart just a little bit off.
It's Durham's 6th stolen base of the season.
And Stewart, one of the better catchers in the league with that arm behind the dish, but that time just got caught up a little bit. Good lead by Durham. Second pitch to Vietmeyer high for ball one. And if you're California here, you just need to get it now. Need to get something just to kind of calm the waters a little bit. 1-1 pitch. In there for strike number two. Vietmeyer, the graduate student out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Went to Montour High School, then also went to Marietta College before transferring here to Seton Hill. 1-2 count. That one swung on and able to get down into right field. Durham's going to come home and score. Vietmeyer going to go for three. Is that ball not well tracked, but held up at second, so a one-out double brings the score to 5-0 here for Seton Hill.
That's Seton Hill jumping early and often. 5 runs in the first inning alone. Can't really fault. I can't say I could fault the pitcher too much. Him being at his first start of the season against Seton Hill, who's doing pretty good this season.
You see some activity now in the Vulcan bullpen. It's that first pitch, low for ball one. Number 11, Sam Georgiana, out there looking to warm up here for California. Second pitch swung on and missed by the 8-hole hitter, number 7, Noah Sweeney, the right fielder. Vulcans now just trying to get some damage control, just try to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. 1-1 pitch, fouled back and out of the stadium. 1-2 count now to Sweeney. Sweeney, the senior out of Greensburg, Pennsylvania. A lot of hometown kids here for the Griffins. 1-2 pitch from Matheson. That one fouled out of play. Count still even at count still 1-2. Runner on second, one out. Ball high. Evens the count at 2-2 to Sweeney. Vulcans now just looking to avoid going through the entire order here. Just need to get, and now just try to swing things back in their favor. Matheson, 2-2 pitch. That pitch swung on and popped up towards the third base side. That ball just a little bit too far out of play. Meeks was over there trying to make a play, but that infield just not wide enough. So Sweeney keeps his at-bat alive, 2-2 count. Runner on first, 1 out. Matheson, pitch in there, strike 3 looking, so that's one way to build some confidence. Gets your second out of the inning and the first strikeout of the game.
Good strikeout there by Matheson. Has to be a confidence booster here.
And that brings up the bottom of the order. Number 9 hitter, Cameron Colwell, the second baseman. 5-0 your score. First pitch high for ball number 1.
Now batting number 18, Cameron Cole.
Colwell, the sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Graduate of Seton LaSalle. Looking to tack on an extra run or two here in the bottom, or the top of the first, excuse me. 1-0 pitch. In there for strike number 1. You can kind of see the confidence building a little bit. And Matheson just, after that grand slam, you don't really want to throw anything in and around the plate because, I mean, obviously you just gave up a big hit, but starting to deal. 1-1 pitch high for ball number 2. Can the Vulcans get out of the top of the first without giving up any more runs? And the 2-1 pitch in there for strike number 2 evens it up 2-2. Matheson 1 strike away from getting out of the first inning. Runner on second, 2 outs here. 2-2 pitch swung on. That one chopped just foul towards the right field side. Luckily for California, because Wiedmeyer was racing around the bases, would have definitely tested his luck trying to score at home. That one just went foul. Keeps the count at 2-2. Two-two pitch low for ball 3. Full count now to Colwell.
Definitely a rough start for Matheson, but right now, if you're coach, you're hoping he has enough confidence to pull you out of this inning.
3-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 on the corner, and 5 runs in that first inning, but the Vulcans able to limit it on the back end. And that will turn us over to the bottom of the first. We can take a look at the Vulcans starting lineup here for game number 1.
Right. Starting number 12, third baseman Nathan Meeks. Second in the lineup, number 8, Santino Mara. Number 7, Ryan Callahan. Number 9, Justin Stewart. Number 26, Jaden Titano. Number 6, Colby Marchese. 2, Adam Crawford. 4, Brett Robin. And number 42, Connor Carney.
And then pitching here today for the Griffins will be number 21, Aiden Layton. And Layton having a phenomenal season so far. 1-1 record, but the ERA speaks for itself. A 1.24 on the season and 22.2 innings pitched. So definitely having a good start to the season.
Players are definitely going to have to work for some good offense today.
Absolutely, and if you're California here, you're definitely, I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see them coming out of the gate swinging here, because I mean you're already in a deep hole, 5-0 already to start the game. So at this point, you'll take anything and just try to ignite this offense to try to get yourselves back into the game. Four hits in that first inning for the Griffins. 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts in and amongst that. As well. Layton, the junior pitcher out of Johnstown, Pennsylvania. His first at-bat, Meeks. First pitch swung on and chopped towards the shortstop. Throw over to first in time. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Not the start you're looking for if you're Cal.
Not at all. If anything, you want to run the pitcher's pitch count up. Get him out of there sooner if you can.
Now to the plate, the Vulcan player to watch coming into today's game, Santino Mara, the shortstop out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. So nearby went to Laurel Highlands High School, having a phenomenal year, batting .448 on the season coming into today's game. Takes the first pitch well inside for ball 1. Mara batting .448, has a .603 slugging, .529 on base percentage, swings through that one for strike 1. One pitch to Mara. In there for strike number 2. Layton showing off the command a little bit here. One-two pitch from Layton. Upstairs, evens the count at 2-2. Vulcans looking for anything here in the bottom of the first. 5-0 the score. Griffins with the dominant first half. 2-1 pitch just outside. Brings the count to 3-2 now. Full count to Mara. Pitch inside. Checks his swing, and first base ump said he went, so strikeout here in the bottom of the first for Santino Mara.
Layton wasting no time.
Rex, I know your experience as an umpire here for baseball definitely helps a lot of that as well. And a play like that, when you're checking down to the umpire on either the first base or the third base side, ready for the swing as that first pitch in there for ball 1. What was that discussion like, just trying to see how far he went around to make that call?
Yep, so what it depends off of is if he broke the plane or if his wrist broke, and as there he said his wrist broke.
Just like that, 5-3, 3 up, 3 down here for the Griffins. No hits, no walks, no runs. That'll be the end of the first inning. Seton Hill 5, California nothing. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
Hi everybody, welcome into a brand new show here on CUTV. I'm your host Tom Caton, and you are all tuning into the very first official episode of Caton's Corner. Bye everybody. Bye everybody. Bye everybody.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park. 5-0 your score. Seton Hill with a commanding lead after just a dominant first inning of play. And it looks like California sticking to their guns. Matheson going back out there to pitch inning number 2, or at least going to start it, and some familiar faces up to bat as the entire order went through in the first inning there for the Griffins. So back up to bat once again will be the center fielder, number 1, Jack Whalen. And Whalen actually got the first out of the last inning. Takes the first pitch for strike 1, or ball 1, excuse me. Whalen flew out to right field in his last at-bat. Takes that second pitch outside, 2-0 to count. To a pitch from Matheson, just able to get that outside corner for strike one.
The pitcher by Matheson, as you see, he's working the outside of the plate, trying to take away their power.
2-1 pitch. That one just a little bit low. Good eye from Whalen, able to track that one. 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch poked in to left field. And that's going to be a single for Jack Whalen. Couldn't get on base in the first inning. Takes it into his own hands, able to get on here. So 1 on, no outs here for the Griffins. Max Mundler back up to back, singled his first time out. And if you're California here, what is the talk like just trying to get this confidence back into this team?
Right now, I'm assuming he left, so the coach left Matheson in, so I'm assuming he's letting him get some reps in. And hopefully he's building up. The more pitches, the more batters you see, the more you get used to him. He's seen them all now once or so you're hoping he gets used to him and is able to pitch around him.
You see 2 pickoff attempts in a row. And a nice diving play made by Connor Carney there at first, able to hold on to that pickoff play and keep the ball from going. First pitch swung on and chopped foul towards third base side.
Those last few pickoffs, because Jack Whalen has 13 stolen bases on the season. I'm pretty sure he's leading his team in that category.
Yeah, rightfully so. Matheson a little bit worried about that speed over at first. And again, another pickoff attempt, but Whalen well aware, and you can hear it from the Griffin dugout. They're definitely giving Matheson some chat a little bit. But Matheson not taking any chances. 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and driven towards center field. Crawford camping under it. Able to make the catch for out number 1. So very similar to last inning where there was a nice easy out to kind of start things off, but then the offensive onslaught of Seton Hill just took over. So can California kind of make amends here in this inning? Last time out, Raza up to bat, walked in his last at bat and scored a run as well. First pitch over, be another pickoff attempt. Try to keep Whalen at bay. One on, one out here in the top of the second. That pitch inside for ball 1. Matheson looks over. 1-0 pitch upstairs for ball 2. See the nice crowd here in Wild Things Park, just sitting on bated breath here, just very, very quiet, just awaiting to a pitch in there for strike 1. One on, one out here for Seton Hill. Lazo at the plate. 2-1 pitch. Swung on and, or they're going to say he didn't swing, able to check and hold up as Raza brings the count to 3-1 now. I guess it makes a difference as well, just kind of the dynamic with the umpires. Usually more than 2 umpires there as the fourth pitch going to be a ball, but Whalen was on his way either way, and it's going to be 2 on, 1 out now for Oberdorf. But back to what I was saying, the dynamic between the umpires, because usually there's more than 2 in a crew. and kind of that appeal, like we talked about in the bottom half of the first, of that check swing. What kind of difference does that make between having an umpire on the corners compared to just having the one in the infield?
Well, having the umpires in the corner there is it allows for more plain view of that plane per se, whether his wrist broke or not. Don't get me wrong, you can still see it from the middle of the field, but it's a lot easier to see from the corners.
Yeah, because you could hear Coach Connie in the dugout not really happy about that call. The first pitch in there for strike one. The second pitch upstairs for ball one. So Razzo on first. Whalen on second. 2 on, 1 out for Oberdorf, who walked in his last at-bat. And good job that time by Matheson. They're actually going to call a balk. Because, that's what I was going to say. I thought he looked like he started to go and turned around, and he's going to get called for the balk.
So that takes away the double play chance.
Not only does it take away the double play chance, it also sends Whalen and Razzo into scoring position. And you can see Matheson having a talk with the umpire there, just trying to figure out what he did wrong. And that was my first thought. I was like, it looked like he started the pitching motion, but kind of spun around to try to get that pickoff attempt.
Yeah, I think that's what got him for the balk there. Strike there. As you were allowed, at least in high school rules anyway, you're allowed second base is the only base you're allowed to pick up and turn around and not have to throw the ball. Any other base you have to throw, but I think he started his motion home and then swung around, which got him.
1-2 pitch upstairs. Good catch by Stewart. Able to hold on. Evens the count at 2-2.
I'd imagine if he walks and gives up another hit, or if it gets much worse than here, I imagine Coach Conte's going to pull him.
Oberdorf at the plate. And Sable in the batting circle. It's that pitch high and inside. Full count now to Oberdorf. Like you said, Sable up to bat next. Caught the grand slam in the first inning. And there's definitely some potential here for another opportunity like that to present itself. 3-2 pitch to Oberdorf inside for ball 4. Just like that, another bases loaded situation for Owen Sable. And I think you're right on the money here. Looks like Coach Connie going to come out to have a discussion here with Matheson. And it looks like number 11 here for California, Sam Georgiana, waiting are now going to make his way towards the pitching mound. That'll be the end of the day here for Matheson. So Matheson, his final stat line isn't quite over yet. Went 1 1/3. 4 hits, or 5 hits, excuse me, 4 walks, 5 earned runs as well for now, and could be accounted for a couple more if Sable or another batter afterwards are able to get a couple of these ones home. And like he talked about a little bit earlier on, the confidence that Coach Connie had in Matheson to bring him back out here for inning number 2 after kind of a tough first inning. It just, in your opinion, how hard is it to come back after an inning like that? I know it's easy to say you just gotta get over it, whatever. But after having an inning like that where everything just didn't seem to go your way, how easy is it to come back out here and try to pitch again like that?
I'd definitely say the biggest hurdle is definitely the mental part of it, because giving up that many runs, you probably wouldn't want to again. Now, we're only in the second inning. They have plenty of time, but I'd say the biggest thing is trying to keep a level head and trying to keep at it.
Into the game now, the freshman pitcher out of Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania. Sam Georgiana, graduate of Seton Hill University, the lefty, coming into the game today. This will be his 5th appearance of the season, a 1.35 ERA, one of the better pitching numbers here from this Vulcan staff, and has to face off against the tough task, which is Owen Sable. 1-for-1 on the game, and a 4-run grand slam in that first at-bat. First pitch in there for strike one. Bases loaded, 1 out. Georgiana taking his time. 0-1 pitch pops up towards the first base side. A nice play made. Runner breaking towards home. Is the throw in time? It is not. Good base running by Whalen, and a nice attempt at it that time by Carney, trying to make the play, and made a nice catch over at the first base side, but just couldn't get the throw home in time.
It was definitely a great play. Had to bend up back over his shoulder. It's a good throw, too, just not in time. Heads up base running, for sure. And at that point, Seton Hill up 5-0, now 6. Had nothing to lose, so.
Very rarely see a sacrifice fly to the first baseman.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you the speed that Whalen has, and definitely wasn't an easy throw. Like you said, Carney was all over the sorts, just contorting his body to make that catch over his shoulder, and nearly able to get the throw home in time. At least gets another out, but another one added on. 6-0 the score now. First pitch from Georgiana, just off the plate for ball 1.
I'm not sure if you saw it there, but just a little bit ago, they appealed to the umpire, but just learned to third base to see if he left early, but play stood.
2 on, 2 out here in the top of the second. It's going to be
Great.
a rundown situation, and throw it home in time, and the Vulcans able to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. 6-0 your score, and it's definitely an interesting sight to see. Just trying to catch the Vulcans a little bit off balance there. The steal towards second to try to cause some confusions, allow the runner at third to score, but heads up play from the Vulcans able to stop that in its tracks.
You definitely have to watch those left-handed pitchers. Pickoff moves can be deadly, as there was a great move there by the pitcher to get him out.
And that'll bring us to the bottom of the second inning. California went 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first. So here in the bottom of the second, we'll see Stewart, Titano, and Rockesy to start. And the Vulcans offense needs a bit of a lifeline here. Just needs someone to catch a spark, to get them back into the game. So they find themselves in a 6-0 hole after 2.
Right now, the Vulcans being a little aggressive on the offensive end, maybe a little bit too aggressive. Layton has not seen that many pitches. Right now, with Layton, you want to see as many pitches from him as you possibly can. Tire him out a little, maybe. The more you see him, the more the batters know him. So,
absolutely. And coming to the play here to start inning number 2 will be Stewart, batting in the cleanup spot. The catcher having a very good season here for California, batting .365 on the season, with a .538 slugging, which is not something you see out of a catcher. Usually the catcher's batting for contact, not with the pop, but you definitely see Stewart showing that he has some power in that bat. Stewart takes the first pitch in there for strike number 1. Senior out of Butler, Pennsylvania. Swings on pitch number 2 and pokes that one towards right field. Nice sliding grab. Made over in right by Sweeney for out number 1.
Sweeney was able to get there. Got a great read on the ball originally. Had also in a beautiful slide. Let's say it makes it easier, especially here on the turf. But great play nonetheless.
Like I said, he did a good job at tracking that one down. It's a clear sky out here today. The first pitch to Titano. Swung on a miss for strike one, which could make it a little bit harder because that sun is bright, very bright out there after a couple gloomy days in a row. The second pitch in there for ball number one evens the count up. Like I said, it could be pretty difficult to try to track that ball, especially with that sun. 1-1 pitch to Titano. In there for strike two.
Leighton wasting no times in between these pitches, keeping the game moving.
You can definitely see Leighton has the command. 1-2 pitch just off the plate. Evens the count up. He's out here pitching like the MLB introduced the pitch clock earlier on in the spring training as it's going on. And Leighton definitely seems to adjust it. Strike three looking. And Titano is sat down, and just seems like the Vulcans have not had an answer so far for Leighton.
Leighton just 8 seconds. It took 8 seconds to deliver that pitch, and he's keeping it moving for sure.
Up to bat now will be the right fielder for California, Colby Rockesy. And he chops the first pitch foul for strike one. Senior out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and graduate of Keystone Oaks High School, looking to get the Vulcans their first base runner of the game here today. 0-1 pitch to Rockesy. In there for strike two, off speed. And you see Leighton just showing the entire arsenal here to California.
Yeah.
0-2 pitch. Strike three called, and Leighton is fired up. The Griffins are fired up because they have a 6-0 lead. That'll be the end of the second inning. 6-0 your score. Seton Hill with the lead. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Wild Things Park for the top of the third inning here between California and Seton Hill. And the Vulcans find themselves in a hole here, 6-0 the score. And just a dominant display on the mound from the Griffins pitcher, number 21, Adam Leighton. Just absolutely on fire to start this game. Has just left the Vulcans on the offensive end looking for answers. Just haven't been able to find them quite yet.
Leighton going right at California Vulcans, hardly making his fielders work.
Yeah, 3 strikeouts in the game already for Leighton. It's going to be Georgiana still in the game here for California to start the top of the third. It's going to be Durham up to bat here for the Griffins. Takes the first pitch inside for ball number 1. Durham got a single in the first inning. Also got a run in that inning as well. Takes second pitch in there for strike one. Evens the count up at 1-1. One pitch. In there, but Durham able to hold his swing. 2-1 count now. Georgiana to deliver. Pokes that one towards left field. That one's going to get in there and fair. Durham rounding towards second base and gets in there with a stand-up double. So the Griffin offense continues to roar here in Wild Things Park, and just seems like California on all fronts is just trying to figure out how to get around the Griffins here. Up to bat now, Vietmeyer, who doubled in the top of the first. 1 on, no outs. First pitch, chop foul towards the third base side. And I know you mentioned it a little bit earlier on. You can't really blame a lot of the Vulcans pitchers because they're not throwing bad pitches. Matheson is throwing some good pitches. Georgiana's throwing some good pitches. That one is smoked into right field. The catch is made for out number 1. Like I was saying, it just sometimes just good batters are able to make the plays, and so far the Griffins have made them in spades.
Yep. Matter of chance, I always say. Now, especially with like young pitchers like this, it isn't a bad game that they're throwing exactly. When you face a team of Seton Hill, like batters as good as these, is not much you can do. And then imagine Coach Conti's leaving them in there to get some reps in, some confidence, and some experience.
Now Sweeney up to bat, takes the first pitch for ball 1. Struck out looking in the bottom or the top of the first. Durham is on second. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Sweeney looking to send Durham home. 1-0 pitch. That one fouled way back out of the stadium here. Could end up on the freeway outside. Sweeney back into the batter's box. Georgiana now to deliver. That pitch in the dirt. Stewart did a good job of keeping that one in front of him. Brings the count now to 2-1. One on, 1 out. The top of the 3rd. 6-0 your score. Runner going. And that pitch swung on, and Durham tripped over third base. And it doesn't even matter as he had one heck of a lead. And, I mean, just like that, a hit and run executed to perfection as Sweeney able to get a single and another run scored. 7-0 now. And plays like that can always go terribly wrong if you just get a little bit too much on it and someone's able to make a catch, and that runner is already well taken off, but well executed play that time from the Griffins. The first pitch towards Colwell. Poked foul to our right for strike number 1.
Man, if I wasn't commentating right now, I'd grab that ball. Always need a souvenir.
Next time you can bring a glove as Georgiana not taking any chances. Tries to pick off Sweeney. He's able to slide back in first in time. Looks like a couple members of the baseball team coming out here to try to retrieve some of these foul balls. 0-1. That one hit into right field. That one's going to get down. Sweeney held up at second. So 1 out single. Now 2 on, 1 out. Now the top of the order back up once again here for the Griffins.
Now batting number 1, Jack Whalen.
Whalen 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Flew out to right in his first at-bat. Got a single in his second. Was able to score as well. First pitch in there for strike 1. Nice off-speed pitch that time from Georgiana. Vulcans looking to limit the damage here. 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one drops right in front of the left fielder. Callahan who throws that one in. So another single, 3 singles in a row to bring up Max Mundler here.
Now up to bat, number 5, Max Mandler.
And California just needs something here. Bases loaded once again here in this game from Mandler. Mandler 1 for 2. Had a single and a run in the first inning. Flew out to center in the second inning. Takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. Georgiana in a little bit of a jam here for California. Can he get out of it? A 1 pitch. That one chopped towards third. Throw to home in time. Throw to first in time for the double play. Well executed there from California. Georgiana able to escape the jam. The score remains 7-0, but it could have been a lot worse. Now California coming up to bat here in the bottom of the third, and we'll see the bottom of the lineup: Crawford, Bobin, and Carney here for California. And if you're the Vulcans, can one of these players at the bottom of your lineup, can any one of them just get something here and try to stop the dominance of Aiden Layton?
Yes, we'll see. Anything can happen. Anyone can beat anyone on any given day, and any player can get a hit on any given pitcher on any given day. Layton so far with just a dominant showing, and Vulcan's not having too much of an answer for one.
Leading off the Vulcans, number 2, Adam.
Leading off the bottom of the third will be the center fielder, number 2, Adam Crawford. Sophomore out of Imperial, Pennsylvania. A graduate of West Allegheny High School. We're used to seeing at the top of the lineup. Slowly falling his way down, looking to get on base here. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Second pitch, straight back at Layton, and it's as usual, like for the first out. And we've seen this a lot from Layton, and like you mentioned, his fielders have not had to do a ton of work here. Very few balls in play, and that one went straight back to him.
It was only pitch number 21 for Layton. He keeps it up at this rate, might be able to keep going through the whole game, and I can't see Seton Hill pulling him anytime soon.
Up to bat now will be the shortstop, Brett Bobin. Takes the first pitch inside for ball number 1. The junior out of Wampum, Pennsylvania. 1-0 pitch, swung on towards the right field cap and just able to get down, and the Vulcans finally have a runner on base as a bloop single over the head of the second baseman there for the Griffins in Colwell, and California finally able to get someone on base.
A much needed hit for Vulcans there.
And I was a little worried for a second. I really was not looking forward to a Layton perfect game or anything like that. Up to bat now is Carney, who takes that first pitch and sends that one foul down the left field line.
Right now for the Vulcans, after you get your first hit, right now it's a matter of scoring. It never feels good to get shut out, and you do not want to have that happen today.
The Vulcans finally have a runner on base to do so. Connor Kearney takes the second pitch right on the outside corner for strike number 2. The red-shirted freshman out of Harmony, Pennsylvania. playing first base here today, made that amazing catch in the last inning. He do something amazing at the plate as he takes the 0-2 pitch in the dirt for ball 1. One on, 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. California looking to dig themselves out of the hole. Strike 3 swinging for out number 2. I'll bring the top of the order back up here for California. And we've seen a variety of pitches from Leighton so far, and that time just turned the gas up to 100 and blew that one straight by Kearney.
Yeah, Leighton used all of his pitches, all of his arsenal. Right, and so far today it's working.
The first pitch to Meeks in there for strike number 1. Meeks grounded out to short in his first at bat. Takes the 0-1 pitch outside for ball 1. Sophomore out of Newcastle, Pennsylvania, looking to drive home a run here for California. Need to get something on the board. Like you said, no one likes to get shut out. Runner on first, 2 outs. Meeks drills that one right over the glove of the outstretched shortstop. So California able to get themselves another hit. So 2 on now here for the Vulcans. And up to bat comes the best Vulcans hitter on the season, Santino Mara. And I guess you're in a situation now where if there's anyone you want at the bat right now, it's Mara. Just like we talked about coming into this game, absolutely on fire.
Batting .447 on the season.
Struck out in his first at bat. 2 on, 2 out here for California. Can they get a run? Can they try? Can they call themselves back into the game? Mara takes first pitch there for ball 1. Leighton with the 1-0 pitch. At the knees for strike 1. And we've seen Leighton able to place these pitches in a variety of places. We usually seen him attack the outside of the plate, but that one able to come back just around the knees on the inside. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and driven up the middle. Santino Mara with the base hit. And a runner at third held up. Bobin nearly didn't get back in time as he fell down trying around third. So bases loaded now for Ryan Callahan.
I don't know. I think we might have to check third base. That's the second time today.
I know the MLB introduced some bigger bags, but definitely don't believe it's reached down to this level. But it seems like it has because everyone, like you said, is tripping over that third base side. Now Callahan up to bat. Grounded out to third. All the way back in the first inning. And has the chance to get the Vulcans on the board here. First pitch. Chops that one back and foul. There's definitely a ton of pressure for not only the pitcher but for the batter as well. Because if you're California here, if you're able to get a decent hit, this definitely does not count the game out in any sort of manner. And if you're Seton Hill, if you're able to get this out here, you're able to get out of this jam unscathed and maintain that 7-0 lead. It's that pitch outside. 1-1 is the count now. Callahan, does he have the answer here for California? Leighton's 1-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 2. And you can see him now, as Leighton earlier on was Dale, and he was not taking a ton of time in between pitches, but you definitely see has slowed things down here. Yep. Bases loaded, 2 outs for California. That pitch swung back, foul. Evens the count at 2-2. Vulcans looking to just slowly dig themselves out of this hole. Can they start here with a run? 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Layton's pumped up, and why wouldn't he be? He's able to get out of the jam. That is the end of the 3rd inning. 7-0 the score. The Griffins with the lead, and we'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
All right, everybody, welcome back to California Vulcans and Seton Hill. Top of the 4th inning. Seton Hill up 7-0. Up to bat right now, Vincenzo Ralso. Getting ready to see his first pitch. On the ground through center field. That's down for a hit. Ralso as he rounds first. It's held up.
A nice piece of hitting that time from Ross. Has already reached base 3 times in this game. 2 walks to start the game and now a single. Got caught stealing in the 2nd inning.
And Seton Hill attacking early and often. First pitch swinging and it's good for a hit. Right now up to bat, Jack Oberdorf. 2 walks so far through the day. There's a pitch. Ball's in for strike 1.
This is what Georgiana needs to do. Needs to get ahead early on in these counts. Needs to get in these 1-2 strike counts. Try to grow that confidence and try to stifle this offense here from Seton Hill.
End of the pitch. Left center. Is that going to get down? Was catch is made by number 2, Adam Crawford. Way to track that fly ball and bring it down as it started sailing on him there.
Yeah, Crawford, one of, if not the best defensive outfielders that we have in the PSAC. And that time, like I said, had the nice track on it. Played that one a little bit deeper, able to run onto it and caught that one just around his ankles and able to make a nice play for the first out.
Right now up to bat, Owen Sable. Little pickoff move there by Georgiana. Nothing doing.
And we've seen the Vulcans definitely keeping a lot of attention towards these base runners from Seton Hill so far in this game.
Pitch air drive. Georgiana low and outside. Ball 1.
Sable in this game has 5 RBIs, had the grand slam, had the sac fly towards that first base play in the 2nd inning.
Off-speed pitch by Georgiana low. Ball 2. As you can see, Georgiana definitely trying to pitch around Sable. Not trying to not give up a hit. Pitch. Hit the left field, and that's down for a hit. He's going to be down. Ball's in. Owen Sable. The stand-up double.
And that was some good base running from everyone involved. Rosa saw the path that that the left fielder Callahan was taking and took his chances, able to get his way to third. And good job by Sable to follow up on it. Saw they were trying to get Rosa out at third, so was able to get himself to second for that double.
Yeah, Seton Hill is absolutely lighting up. California's pitching right now as they don't really have an answer. The pitch to Durham swung off for a strike. One strike, here's a pitch. Ball one, low and inside.
Yeah, and this Seton Hill team is just offensively has just been a monster to start the season. In 20 games, I've scored 104 runs, which is is definitely pretty good to start the season.
Yeah, for sure. Ball outside by Georgiana. So you see Seton Hill, but the Vulcans are still pitching around the strike zone. Not entirely aggressive on the pitching end.
Yeah, they just don't want to leave anything in and around the play that's able to be hit, just because we've seen what the Griffins are able to do.
Swung on for strike two for Georgiana. Count is 2-2. One out. Next on deck, Vietmeyer. Georgiana looking to get out of this hole. The runners on both in second and third scoring position. Georgiana, here's a pitch. Ball three. Full count. I'd imagine here Vulcans were definitely trying to throw for strikes here.
Yeah, Durham into this at bat, 2 for 2, single and a double, 2 runs to add on top of that as well. Would be huge for California here if he's able to get him out.
Ball 4, bases loaded. Upside to this is that does set up the double play. You just hope that you can pitch into one.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them do it already. That's how they got out of the top of the third. Like you said, it's definitely some wishful thinking. Hopefully, be able to get a ground ball that can result in that. And Vietmeyer coming up to bat now, 1 for 2 on the day.
Vietmeyer up, bases loaded. Today, this has been a familiar position for the Vulcans. Ball in there for strike one.
And when you get in a position like this, we've seen Georgiana kind of pitching around the strike zone, but with the bases loaded, you can't really do that. You can't afford to try to be cute. You got to just get the ball in there for strikes.
As he did there. Ball hit through center field, snagged by the shortstop. Runner's going to score. Most likely will be ruled a hit. Base is still loaded.
An infield single that time from Vietmeyer, and he said it had the makings of a double play. Went straight back towards Georgiana, went right through his glove, and a nice attempt at it by the shortstop Bobbin there for California, but just couldn't quite corral that one in, and another run scoring there for the Griffins.
Ball on the ground to shortstop. Out on second, out at first for the double play.
And just like that.
Yep.
You drew it up perfectly.
Too bad it's just gonna happen the first time around. Right now the Vulcans have someone warming up in the bullpen. Right now, Vulcans struggling to find some type of rhythm, both offensively and defensively. Score being 8-0. Seton Hill.
Yeah, California just need an answer, and it looks like they were going to in that bottom of the third. It seemed like they finally were able to put a couple dents in the armor of Aiden Layton, but able to get out of that inning unscathed. And for California, that's really, really tough pill to swallow, just because you had your chances there. You had bases loaded with 2 outs, and in that position, you need to get a hit. You need to get some runs in, and I guess maybe you can go back to a couple of those plays where the Vulcans held up some runners, especially on that single, I believe, by Mara. You could have thought maybe that Bobbin could have been able to make his way home, but he was held up and ended up not scoring. And maybe in that case, you look back and you're like, maybe we should have sent him, taking our chances, because he might have been able to score. But at the end of the day, hindsight's always a difficult thing to deal with, and in that situation, if it does score, maybe that kind of just blows the game open a little bit.
Stewart leading off. Vulcans hoping to get something new, and here's a pitch. Popped up. The first baseman. And that is caught for number 1, out number 1.
Yeah, we've seen, like you said in the last game, we've seen that a lot from both teams. This just attacking on the offensive end on the first pitch. And that time Stewart just got under it, and fortunately for the Griffins, Layton just getting these super quick outs to start each and every at-bat, it seems like.
It's a pitch. Fouled over to the right, first baseman.
In and out of his glove. That one looked a lot easier than the last one, and just fell out of his glove.
I wasn't sure. It looked like he caught it there. But
Vietmeyer unable to secure that one. Taitano able to keep his at-bat alive.
Strike 2 by Taitano. Quickly in the hole. Right now, Layton, I can't imagine is going to give him anything easy. And here's a pitch. On the ground to third base on a hop. That's out number 2. Well, Vulcans. Seton Hill and Aiden Layton especially is keeping this game moving pretty quick. I'd imagine, I think that was maybe 3 or 4 pitches only so far, and I think he's kept that number consistent throughout this game.
One pitch in the first at bat to Stewart. That one was 3 that time.
Pitcher to Aiden Layton, strike 1. Aiden, my fault. Layton, strike 1, and he's getting ahead in the count early and soon. One hop to third baseman. On to Vietmeyer for out number 3. And that is a quick inning there by Seton Hill.
And the Griffins able to escape once again. 8-0 your score. We'll be right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
I'm an extra dealer, and I'll be your sub today.
Hi everybody, welcome into a brand new show here on CUTV. I'm your host Tom Caton, and you are all tuning into the very first official episode of Caton's Corner. Bye everybody. Bye everybody. Bye everybody.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to California, Washington Wild Things Park. Seton Hill at California. Seton Hill leading the game 8-0. In that little break, we've had a new pitcher change. Tanner Phillips the 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore out of Dover, Ohio. Tuscarawas Valley. Hopefully he can turn it around here for the Vulcans and get something going. Up to bat, Cameron Colwell. 1 for 2 for the night with 1 strikeout.
Yeah, Phillips on the season, 3 appearances, a 6 ERA, 3 innings pitched, 2 runs in that time.
Breaking ball, cold strike there for Phillips. Ball swung on. Colwell. Phillips wasting no time. Count 0-2.
Colwell 1 for 2 in the game, struck out in the first. Got a single in the bottom of the third, or the top of the third, excuse me.
Breaking ball on the outside edge, called ball. Count 1-2. Ball outside by Phillips. It's attacking the outside edge. Was not able to find it there. Phillips wasting no time in between pitches. The pitch. Ball high and outside. Ball 3. Full count.
You definitely see when Phillips got ahead in that count, just trying to get Colwell to chase, just throwing these pitches just off the plate, just trying to see if Colwell will bite.
Ball fouled back. Colwell staying alive. Count still 3-2. Here's a pitch. On the ground to second base. Routine. Out number 1.
And if you're California, that's as easy as you would ever want it. Just nice, easy, quick first out. And just try to calm the waters a little bit. So far in this game, it's just been hectic whenever the Griffins are up to bat, but California able to get a nice quick out. Now the top of the order back up once again.
Up to bat, Jack Whalen. First ball called ball up high. Ball fouled back.
Whalen 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Flew out to right in his first at bat. 2 singles and a run as well.
Count now 1-1 from Phillips. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball. Struck down to right center. And that is going to be down for a single. That is now hit number 3 for, hit number 1 for Whalen. Yeah.
And you saw Whalen as he was rounding first. Kept an eye on Crawford out in center, was waiting to see if he was kind of being lackadaisical, making that throw in, because he saw that he wanted to take off towards second, and we know the kind of speed he has that he would definitely be able to get there in time.
Fisher from Phillips up high, ball 1. At the plate, Max Mandler on the day going 1 for 3. Here's a pitch. Ball inside. Ball 2.
And Mandler so far a single and a run in the first, and then flew out to center in the second inning and grounded into a double play that ended the top of the third.
Ball up high. Ball 3. Phillips right now pitching around the plate, hoping to get Seton Hill to chase. Here's Phillips looking for his first strike. Ball 4. So that is a 4-pitch walk from Phillips. From Mandler.
We've seen a ton of walks this game, but I think that's the first one we've seen That was just a four-pitch walk. That brings up Vinny Razzo now here for the Griffins. 1 for 1, 2 runs, 2 walks as well. It was that scoring run in the last inning.
Curveball inside, ball 1. Phillips relying a little bit more on his breaking balls than our previous pitchers, Matheson and Georgiana. Another breaking ball low. 2 balls, no strikes.
I think that just goes to show you like the kind of the fear that they have, that they've seen that when they pump these fastballs in and around the zone, that these Griffins hitters are able to hit them, and so just trying to get those off-speed pitches in there.
Pitch called, strike. Count now 1-2. Phillips most likely looking here to draw a ground ball for the double play. 1 out. It's a 2-1 pitch. Ball high and inside. Ball 3.
And that one could have been dangerous, not only for Razzo in the box, but if that one, if Stewart isn't able to get up there and make that catch, the runners both advance and you lose that force out. So good job once again by Stewart to hold on.
Runners going. And that's ball 4 anyway, so it does not matter. Right, bases loaded. Again for Tanner Phillips.
Again. It's just been the story of this game so far for California. And Tanner Phillips, in that one inning, or in his 3 appearances so far on the season, has definitely had some trouble finding the zone. It's given up 7 walks in the 3 innings and just tacked on 2 more. And this one is, there's another member of the Vulcan bullpen warming up, be number 33, Troy Linkovich, out there warming up as the Vulcans take yet another mound visit. 8-0 is the score on the top of the 5th, and California is still just trying to figure out this puzzle, which is the Seton Griffins. They just can't quite seem to figure out what exactly to do, and it's just been just a tough game all around here for California on both ends of on both ends of the field.
Right, here we go. Back to the game. Up to bat, Jack Oberdorf. 2 walks so far for the day. Ball called, strike 1. Phillips looking now to get ahead early in the count. Phillips. Ball there. Umpire said he did not go. Count now 1-1. Vulcan's trying to get something going for him. Breaking ball inside, called ball 2. Little front door breaking ball, just missed inside. The 2-1. Ball up high. Phillips right now struggling to find the strike zone.
It's just been tough. The command of these off-speed pitches just not been quite there yet for Phillips.
3-1, swung on. Strike 2.
Yeah, I think Oberdorf and Phillips both knew that was coming. Just a fastball over the plate because you can't afford another ball and walk in a run. So Oberdorf took everything he had and just swung right through it.
Strike 3 called on the swing. Great pitch there by Phillips. Especially to get it out of that.
6, Owen Sable.
Up to bat, number 6, Owen Sable. 2 for 3 on the day so far. A home run, I'm pretty sure, and 5 RBIs. Ball is fouled back. Over top, hit the roof.
Sable with a grand slam, a sac fly, and a double in this game. He's done it all so far. And it'll be big here for California if they're able to get him out.
Ball high and inside. Ball 1. Phillips and the Vulcans looking to get out of this inning unscathed. It's a pitch. That ball is also fouled back. Strike 2. Count is now 1-2. I can imagine Phillips is not going to give him anything decent to swing at.
You can definitely feel the pressure mounting here on Phillips.
Pitch. That ball swung on left center. It looks like it'll be down, and that is 1-run score. 2. Ooh. Was a Rouso kind of overslid third base there, and that's like the 3rd time today that third base has got somebody able to get back in safely.
So another 2-out hit. That time Sable was able to drive in another pair of runs. That's double digits now here for the Griffins, 10-0.
Two outs. Vulcans right now just struggling to get out of this inning. Here's a pitch. The ball swung on and fouled off. For strike 1.
And this just goes to show you that like when it rains, it pours, and it's just one of those games where for California we saw this was very similar to game number 1 yesterday, where it just seemed like nothing was going right for California, and we lose that one in a big way, 12-4. They were able to bounce back and make it a closer game 2. There's still some time here in this one, but definitely if you're California, looking ahead to try to make sure to not get completely swept.
Yeah. Right now, Vulcan's on damage control. That ball is called. It's a ball. Count now 1-2 to Braden Durham. Durham 2-2 on the evening or in the afternoon with 1 walk. Breaking ball fouled off as these two continue to battle.
And I forgot to mention as well at the beginning of the game, I've learned some interesting news. This 2-game series, this will be the 1,000th game ever played for the Seton Hill Griffins in the history of their university program, and definitely starting off on the right foot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Count now 2-2. Runners on second and third. Phillips looking to get out of this inning. There's a pitch. That ball is in the air to right field. First baseman under it. And that is it for the top of the 5th. Phillips giving up a couple runs there is able to stop the bleeding. And right now, the Vulcans looking to score, get the bats going on the offensive side. Right now, just haven't had too much of an opportunity. They've had opportunity, bases loaded a couple times on 2 outs, but pitching by Layton and just the defense of Seton Hill so far has just shut them down so far in this game.
Yeah, and we're now going to see the bottom of the lineup here for California: Crawford, Bobbitt, and Carney. And this is where we saw them do a little bit of their damage in that bottom of the 3rd when they were able to get the runners on base. Bobbin able to get that single with 1 out and able to advance all the way to 3rd. And like you said, bases loaded, which ended in a Ryan Callahan strikeout in the bottom of the 3rd. So California definitely have a lot of work to do to get back in this game, and if you're the Vulcans, you just got to take it one batter at a time, not try to overthink it. You're down so far that at this point, you're just looking forward to not being able to not get shut out. Like you said, no one ever likes to get shut out, and not in a way like this, because sometimes in the games where it's pretty close, you're like maybe one swing of the bat and it's all different. But in a game like this, you're not only getting shut out, but you're getting blown out of the water. So if you're California, just trying to show a little bit of fight back.
Right now is definitely where the mental toughness for the Vulcans will show. Right now, at the bat is Adam Crawford. Pitch swung on to right center. That looks like it'll get down, and it does. Crawford off to second, where he will be in for a stand-up double.
And that one sounded beautiful right off the bat, and talked to Adam a lot, good friend of CUTV, and I asked him a lot. I'm like, when are we going to see the home runs happen? And he said, you'll be lucky to see 1 or 2 out of me in a season. And so Crawford doesn't have that kind of pop, just that super strong bat, but he definitely has a lot of control in that one. Able to split in that right center gap, get off the wall for an easy stand-up double, and Crawford with a ton of speed. Definitely looking to see him get around the bases here.
And they're out to bat Brett Robin. Ball 1, low and outside. Robin looking in to drive Adam Crawford second, to at least put some points up on the board.
And Bobbin got the first hit of the day for California.
Ball swung on. That is down to the third baseman. He's out at first. Crawford's just standing on second.
Yeah, that was a good play made by the third baseman, Oberdorf, on that one. It's like we talked about. We know Crawford has the speed. Potentially could have maybe seen him try to take off, but Oberdorf held off on the throw just a little bit to make sure that Crawford made his way back towards second before making the throw over to first.
At the bat, Connor Carney. There's a pitch. That's called ball low and outside. We're now 1 out runner in scoring position. California hoping to put some points on the board, as they've been denied that so far in this game. Ball high and outside. Ball 2.
Carney struck out swinging in the bottom of the third inning, and like you said, with a runner in scoring position, just one hit into the outfield is all it takes for Crawford to score. So Carney able to make some contact.
Ooh, ball low and inside. Had Carney dance a little bit. Ball 3. This is the first time we've seen this today from Leighton. Three balls in a row, as he's been on point so far tonight, as there's a strike called. 3-1. It's a count now. Carney up ahead in the at-bat, hoping to get something decent to look at and drive. Ball swung on, lined foul to left field.
Yeah, and if Carney's able to get a hit here, that'd be huge, just because you're at the bottom of the lineup flips over after this at-bat. So if you're able to get at least 2 on for the top of your lineup to come back on, and be pretty big for California to, like you said, maybe score a couple of runs here.
Here's a 3-2. Swung on the ground to second. Gets past the infield. The runner scores. My fault, he didn't run, he's not score. Run is now at first and third. I was looking at the bad boy. The ball through the hole. Nice hit there by Carney to extend so far. Right now we're back to the top of the lineup. Nathan Meeks hoping now, especially the guys at the top of the lineup, hoping to get something going.
1 for 2 on the day. Able to get a hit in that bottom of the third.
Well, swung on, and that's through over top the third baseman and fair.
Crawford comes home to score, and the Vulcans are on the board finally.
Little first pitch swinging. Way to end the drought there for the Vulcans. Up to bat now. Santino Mara. Runners on first and second. Double play ball is in effect. Hoping to keep this inning going. As a pitch, that ball is low. Ball 1.
And Mara 1 for 2, got a single. He's also struck out in this game. And we talked about this is the Vulcans' most dangerous hitter. If there's anyone that you want batting with runners on base, it is Santino Mara.
Ball's fouled. 4 strike 1. Right now the Vulcans seem to be getting in Layton's head a little bit after so long in the game. At least not in his head, but able to get their first run. There's a pitch. Ball is fouled back behind the catcher. 4 strike 2. Count now 1 and 2.
And like you said, that's just something that we don't see a whole lot of, is these pitchers pitching super long, because not only do they try to limit the number of pitches and their arm in general, but as the game goes on and you're facing the same batters over and over again, the pitcher or the batters tend to find out their hitters a little bit more, which goes to show you that some super elite pitchers, especially in the MLB level, someone like Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins, who just pitches 8-9 innings consistently, is just super, super special.
The ball's fouled over top of the Vulcans dugout.
Oh, nearly took out a dog. Oh, that was pretty close.
Oh. Count still 1 and 2. Mara's hoping to stay alive and extend this inning. Here's a pitch. Ball high. Ball 2.
And it just seems like as this game has gone on, Layton, through that first 3 or 4 innings, it seems like whenever he was on the mound, he's got a date or something going on afterwards. He's pitching. He's taking 4, 5, 6 seconds in between pitches, but now seems to take a little bit more time, just trying, just slow things down.
That ball is hit to right center, and that ball will get down. It looks like it's going to be a double. Runners from first and third scoring. Well, let's say first beautiful hit there by Mara to drive in 2 runs. And now the Vulcans are actually finally starting to pounce, cut down this lead now to 7.
Like I said, with Mara, that's the one person that if you're California, you want batting with runners on, and you should right there crush that. A little bit of awkward angle made that time by the center fielder, Waylon. Just didn't get a nice read on that ball and ended up at the wall. Mara able to wheel his way for that double.
That ball is fouled. Parking lot. Ryan Callahan 0 for 2 on the evening with 1 strikeout. Hoping to get something going. For runner on second. The ball is also fouled. It's a play by the coach there.
I want to say as well on that last at bat from Mara, a good awareness by Meeks. Meeks was on first. He was able to get from first to home, and he recognized it immediately and was just on his horses, just running as fast as he could. He was able to extend that one, because usually we see plays like that, runners hold up at third, but he was well aware and was able to get himself home and score another run.
Yeah, heads up base running. The ball's grounded down left field line, foul. Callahan continuing to battle with 2 strikes. late in the pitch. Low. Catcher lost it there for a little bit. Mara's going to stay here at second. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and you saw Mara. He wanted to take off, and sometimes when you have pitches on the dirt like that, there's so much gear that the catchers wear that it gets, sometimes the ball just gets lost in and amongst it, but able to get back on top of it and keep Mara held up at second.
That ball is hit. The shortstop. It is through the infield. Mara being held up there by the coach. It's now hit. That's hit number 1 for Callahan. And hit number 7 for the Vulcans. Warner's at the corners now. Catcher going to call a time, talk things over with his pitcher. Hoping to stop any damage.
Yeah, it seems like now, as we've gone through the order, the Vulcans have they've definitely have caught on to Layton just a little bit. I mean, Layton definitely still has plenty of wiggle room in terms of a lead, but the Vulcans have started to fight back just a little bit. And like you said, you're now facing the heart of the order, and now this is where you need. If you're the Griffins, you need to get some outs here because you don't want to give up any more runs. You got Mara on third, Callahan on first. And Stewart at the plate. Mara has some very quick speed, so even a sac fly, if you're able to just get the ball into the outfield, it'd be good enough for Mara to score. And then you talked about double play ball still in effect. If you're the Griffins here. So maybe that was something they discussed in that mound visit, just trying to pitch for some contact, try to draw some weak contact on a pitch, and maybe ground out into a double play.
Layton, here's the pitch. That ball is fouled back. And Seton Hill now having another pitcher warm up in the bullpen.
Out there is now number 28, Caden Wood, warming up for the Griffins.
That ball is hit through the gap between shortstop, and then it knocks in another run for the Vulcans. Great hit there by Justin Stewart for that RBI. Score now 10-4.
Like we said, it's just baseball's just a game. It's just so strange like that is you can just be down and out the entire time, and then just one inning it seems like everything clicks. And so far the Vulcans on the offensive end at least have definitely found some answers.
The momentum has definitely started to shift as that first pitch there to Titano is called a strike. Seton Hill hoping to get out of this inning and stop the damage. Right now double play ball is still in effect, which has been for a little while. Ball low, called ball 2. Excuse me, ball 1. I imagine the confidence of Layton is a little bit shaken up after giving up those 4 runs in the inning. Ball outside. Runners advance, which will most likely be ruled a wild pitch.
It just seems like everything coming up Vulcan's way here in the bottom of the 5th, and like we talked about, Layton was able to get through those first couple of innings on like 20, 25 pitches, and just seems like now the Vulcans are able to put together some better at-bats, trying to tire out the arm of Layton a little bit.
Well, it's hit to shortstop. Nice little snag there. Great play for that second out, but the runner will score from third. It is now 5-10. 2 outs, runner on third. Layton hoping to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. Up to bat right now, Colby Rockesy for 2 on the day. Ball's hit the shallow center. That ball will get down for a hit. Stewart scores from third. And that is now what I believe is 6 runs? No? Is that correct?
It is 6 runs, and now we're back to where this inning started. Crawford, who started the inning off the stand-up double, has now made his way back into the box, and it's just, baseball is just such a strange game like that.
Here's a pitch to Crawford. Pitch called a ball. One thing I'm definitely, the difference I'm starting to see now between the Vulcans earlier and now is they're definitely starting to watch Leighton and look at his pitches and trying to feel them out more. And as I said earlier, the more you throw in, the more batters have seen you, and that has definitely been that for this inning. Count now 2-0. Here's the pitch. Ball is smoked, but snagged by the second baseman for the third out. Great way to get out of the inning.
And that'll be the end of the Vulcans' fun, but their fun resulted in 6 runs, and they've not gotten themselves out of this game quite yet. This Seton Hill, I mean, you're up 10-0. You're kind of just putting yourself on cruise control a little bit. You're like, all right, we got this in the bag. Maybe looking ahead towards game number 2. Game now will be number 33, Troy Linkovich.
Vulcans hoping to keep that momentum from that last inning going.
In that last inning on, kind of just these bloop small ball hits. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits in that last inning, and only two doubles and 4 singles. So the Vulcans able to just get the ball in play, and some very good base running from a lot of the Vulcans members resulted in 6 runs. And we talked about, I would not be surprised coming in to the bottom of the 6th if maybe we see the Griffins make a pitching change of their own.
For sure. Now with that rally in the last inning from the Vulcans, you hope now the defensive end will catch some of that. As again, as I said, Linkovich now pitching. Leading off for Seton Hill, Logan Vittmeyer. 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs so far on the day. Linkovich, here's the pitch. Ball swung on, and that is good. Down, will be down for a base hit to center field. A little first pitch swinging there by Vittmeyer.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot. Linkovich on the season made 1 appearance, and it's definitely one to forget, the senior out of Ambler, Pennsylvania. 1.1 innings pitched, 1 appearance, 3 earned runs, 7 walks in that inning as well. So definitely looking to kind of make up for that. Looks like sacrifice bunt may be in order.
Ball is down. Linkovich will grab it. Thrown out at first. The sacrifice bunt is successful, as Vittmeyer will move on to second. And as we were saying, Linkovich hoping to not have a repeat from earlier.
It's a well executed sacrifice bunt, and Wiedmeyer definitely has the wheels and just good fundamental baseball that time from the Griffins. And we get a runner in scoring position with 1 out.
Pitch called ball. Count 0-1. Excuse me, 1-0. Breaking ball called, strike 1. Count 1-1. Linkovich hoping to get the start of this inning without any runs, without letting any runs score. Ooh. Cameron Colwell pelted there. A pitch. Run is now on first and second with 1 out.
That time Linkovich throwing these off-speed pitches, and that one just didn't break the way that he wanted it to, and didn't seem like there was any malicious intent behind that one. But another base runner on, but we talked about the double play now in order.
Pitch. Ball just misses zone. Ball 1.
And we're back up now to the top of the order. Whalen 3 for 4 on the afternoon with 3 singles.
The ball is hit to right field. Under it is a right fielder. There's a catch, and the runner from second will tag up. He's safe. Ball thrown to second. Colwell will slide in safely.
So close on both of those plays. Nice throw in the outfield made that time by Rockesy. It was nearly able to get Wiedmeyer out at third and just off the mark, and nice heads-up play from Colwell to follow up on that. Saw the throw, was making its way towards third, and then decided to make his way towards second, and the throw by Meeks over to second, not in time. You see Coach Connie coming out, try to appeal. Looks like his appeal going to go on unchanged ears, as still stands now 2 runners in scoring position, but now 2 outs in the inning here for Linkovich and the Vulcans.
Linkovich hoping to come out of this inning unscathed. Here's a pitch. Ball inside. Linkovich working around the zone, hoping to get a strike. Ball low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Mandler so far in this game, 1 for 3, excuse me, with a single and a walk.
Ball high, ball 3 now. Both the Vulcans and Seton Hill battling as these innings have gone on pretty long. Ball high, ball 4. Aiden Shepard will reach base there.
Another bases loaded situation here for California. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah, seems like this is now for both teams even. Bases loaded, this is a similar position.
So now up to bat, 1 for 1 with a single and 3 walks so far in this game as well.
The pitch. Ball inside. Linkovich hoping to get something, either a strikeout or something on the ground here to end the inning. Ball called strike on the outside edge of the plate. Count now 1-1.
Yeah, this is just a huge swing in the momentum here for California if they're able to get out of this inning without giving up any runs.
Here's a pitch. Breaking ball up high, called a ball. So now count is 2-1.
I think if it just missed. You saw that he wanted it. It seemed like it's a pretty decent pitch right around the numbers, but just a little bit too high.
Here's a 2-1. Ball called strike. Count now 2-2. Best you can hope for here is that almost strikeout, ground out, fly out, anything here as our 2 outs.
Yeah, if you're California, you'll take any one of those. It doesn't matter.
That ball is hit to left center, and that hit ball will get down. 1 run scores, and 2 runs will score. Rauso Vulcans have not been able to get him out as he's reached base at all times today with a 2-run single, 2 RBI single.
Yeah, Rauso 2 singles and 2 walks as well. It's just, or 3 walks, excuse me. So it's just been his day so far. I mean, that on-base percentage skyrocketing.
Yeah. Up to the plate now is Jack Oberdorf. 0 for 2 on the day with 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Runners up the corners. Here's the pitch. Ball high, ball 1. Score 12-6 with Seton Hill 12 and Vulcans 6. It's a little pickoff move. Nothing doing.
And the Vulcans need to be a little bit careful on those pickoff attempts because Mandler over at first definitely has the wheels to get around. And
ball low. Both teams have been back and forth in terms of hits and whatnot. Both teams Vulcans struggling to find it out. There's a pitch. Runner going. The ball not in time. He's in there for second base. So that is a stolen base for Rauso. Vincenzo Rauso. I believe is his 6th stolen base on the inning in the year. Excuse me.
Well, that one was almost a scary one. Almost ended up into the outfield grass, and then Shepard would have been able to easily score from third.
Ball called strike. Count now 3-1. Linkovich hoping to stop any bleeding, as that has been a reoccurring theme so far. Count now 3-2. Oberdorf, Linkovich battling. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and that is skied to shallow right field. Second stop back, under it. He makes a play to get out of that inning.
And Linkovich is not letting the moment get to him too much. Was able to pitch a nice at-bat that time to Oberdorf, force him to fly out, and only gives up 2. The game's still within the Vulcans' reach, 12-6. And if the Vulcans are able to repeat another inning like they just had on the offensive end, we're in for a wild finish here on the tail end at Wild Things Park. It does look like the Griffins have made a pitching change. And it looks like it'll be number 28, Caden Wood, is going to come into the game here for Seton Hill in relief of Aiden Layton. Wood on the season, 5 appearances, a 1-1 record, a 3 even ERA. Even has a save in there as well. 9 innings pitched. getting up 13 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts in that time. So definitely someone that has been a staple part of this Griffins pitching staff in this season so far. Will face off against the bottom half of the lineup here for California.
Caden Wood, the graduate student out of Pittsburgh to North Allegheny, hoping to halt the Vulcans here, keep them up.
It's going to be bobbing up to bat here. Lead off the inning, 1 for 2. Single all the way back in the third. It's actually the first out in the last inning, grounded out to third.
Here's the windup, the pitch. Ball high, ball 1. The ball is chopped foul over the third base line.
And you can see Bobbin not happy about that because he thought he should have done a better job on that one.
Count 1-1. As we could see earlier, also was early with Layton. Caden Wood not wasting any time between the pitches. Umpire's going to say you went, strike 2. Count now 2-1. Here's a pitch. Ball low and outside. Spitball. Ball swung on, strike 3 called. And a great showing by your relief pitcher, Caden Wood, so far.
Yeah, a good start, exactly what you'd want. Came out here, has nice command of the zone, like you said, not wasting any time in between pitches, and was able to just use that type of ferocity to be able to get that first strikeout.
Ball swung on, strike 1 from Carney. 1 for 2 so far with 1 strikeout. Ball foul, tip back.
Carney singled in his last at bat. Was one of the runs that scored in the last inning, and for the Vulcans, looking for him to replicate something similar to that here.
Ball low and outside. Ball licked that for strike 3. Caden Wood now with 2 strikeouts in the inning.
And if you're the Griffins, that's going to give you a ton of confidence. Back-to-back strikeouts from your reliever. That's the 7th strikeout of the afternoon from this Griffin pitching staff. 5 from Layton and now 2 from Wood.
Right now up to bat, Nathan Meeks. Ball outside called ball 1. That pitch called strike over the outside edge of the plate. Nathan Meeks 2 for 3 on the afternoon with 1 RBI. Ball low and inside. Here's a pitch. Ball called strike. Count now 2-2. Cade Wood hoping to strike out. And he does just that. 3 up, 3 down for the Vulcans, which is not something you want if you're them, but great showing by Caden Wood.
Strikes out the side, and the Vulcans, after commanding 5th inning, aren't able to get anything in the 6th. We'll be right back here for the top of the 7th. Right back here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.
drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Brandon Roball.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Wild Things Park. And the top of the 7th inning here between Seton Hill and California. The Griffins with a 12-6 lead. Pitching change made in between innings. Number 45, Brandon Roball, the red-shirted freshman. Very local out of Washington, Pennsylvania. Just played his high school career about 2 miles from here at Trinity High School. Going to come in here in relief for the Vulcans. First pitch inside for ball 1. Sable up to bat in this game. 3 for 3. Grand slam, 2 doubles, and a sac fly in there as well. Second pitch once again inside for ball number 2. To a pitch from Robot, tattooed into left field. That one being yet another base hit from Owen Sable. That one only a single, but you can just hear it when that ball comes off the bat. It seems like every time with just the sound alone, it seems like it's going to be a home run. But that one just a single there for Owen Sable.
Vulcans right now been struggling to get Seton Hill out at all. Like right now, Seton Hill leading the hits category by 7.
Roball's first pitch high and outside for ball 1. And like you said, it seems like the Griffins have been able to get the Vulcans out early on in the innings, where it seems like California definitely seemed to struggle to start off these innings. That second pitch, that one crushed, but luckily foul went off of the light pole out in left field, and the Griffin dugout having their fun, and I don't blame them. I mean, when you're up by 6 runs going into the final inning of play, it's definitely something to be excited about. Second pitch swung on and driven towards left field. Catch made at the warning track, and there was some hit and run action going on as well, but Sable able to make his way back towards first in time, so the Vulcans able to get the first out of the inning.
Good play there by Ryan Callahan. He was running back, moving on that catch. I'm not sure how much space he had when he made that.
He definitely was running out of room. Those plays as well, just very awkward, especially as you're making your way back towards that warning track. Just the angle in which you got to make your running in, as Vietmeyer up to bat takes the first pitch there for strike 1. Second pitch, and runner goes. And throw to third. Safe, and no slide at all from Sable. Stand up stolen base, and last year Stewart, one of the better catchers from behind the plate at throwing runners out, but so far in this game, the Griffins been able to run at will.
It was a pretty good throw there from Stewart, considering, especially if he was off of his knees. Going to third, too.
And safe.
Oh, my goodness.
And say he missed the tag. Like you said, the throw that time was well in time, but Meeks at third just couldn't quite apply the tag, so 2 straight stolen bases, and Sable went to first, and and just 2 pitches is able to advance to third. So runner 90 feet away. 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. Wiedmeyer in this game 3 for 4, 2 singles and a double.
Some heads-up base running there by Sable. Didn't think he'd get around.
Wiedmeyer's 2-1 pitch, chop fouled towards the third base side, evens the count up at 2. And here, the Griffin dugout, giving their affirmation towards Wiedmeyer. 2-2 pitch outside for ball 3. Full count towards Logan Wiedmeyer. Sweeney in the on-deck circle here for the Griffins. Three-two pitch inside for ball 4. So we got another walk in this game. Wiedmeyer make his way towards first, and that'll bring up Noah Sweeney once again.
All the Vulcans pitchers so far for the afternoon have all been struggling to find a rhythm against the Seton Hill offense.
Sweeney with a sac bunt in his last at-bat. Looks like he's going to place down another one, and that one a very well-placed bunt in the throw to first just in time. Nice play by Robaugh. Throw the ball from his glove, and 1 run will score as Sable able to score on the sac bunt, but nice athletic play from Sable, able to get the throw over to first.
Way to make something out of that play, because that was not looking good at all. I thought he was going to, looked like he was going to reach first on that, but a little titsy do and a little glove flip.
And that'll bring up Cameron Colwell. Once again, runner on second, 2 outs. That first pitch a strike. Pitch number 2 inside for ball 1. That pitch upstairs, 2-1 now to Colwell. Last at bat got hit by a pitch. 2-1 pitch in the dirt for ball 3. And just when it seems like the Vulcans may be able to get a sign of life on the pitching end, it just can't quite seem to close it out. 1 on, 2 outs. Runner on second, 3-1 count. That pitch upstairs for ball 4. It's another walk. This time Coleman able to get his way on base. Or Colwell, excuse me, able to get his way on base. And now the lineup flipping once more as Waylon going to make his way back up.
One thing I would be curious to know, what the strike percentage for the Vulcans is looking like today. Because I can't say it has been that great. I mean, they've held their own considering, but still.
Definitely been a lot of balls thrown in this game. And that one from Robaugh well inside for ball number 1. 1-0 count. Same spot. Waylon able to get out of the way. 2-0 now.
Robaugh being that sidearm, has come in a couple times. He's come close to hitting a couple batters.
2 on, 2 out. Robaugh deals that one upstairs for ball 3, and Vulcans pitching staff in a perilous situation. 3-0 count. Swung on and foul, and that one has got to hurt as Waylon fouled that one off of himself, and the umpire going to call time and just try to give Waylon a little bit to recover.
Waylon, after that swung went right down. You hope he's okay. As he sees you walking around, so he looks all right. Just hope nothing's too serious.
Yeah, I've got to imagine those are definitely not fun to feel at all.
Not at all.
And especially on a day like this, I wouldn't say it's a cold day by any means, but it's a pretty nice average day. I think it's in the mid-50s, so definitely not the warmest day out. Is the 3-1 pitch inside for ball 4. So 3 walks in the inning now for Robaugh, and it looks like the Vulcans are going to take another mound visit here. Try to work things out as the bases are loaded once more. And the Vulcans are going to make a pitching change. Robaugh going to make his way out of the game. Into the game now will be number 5, Joshua Bogdan. Bogdan, the senior out of Bel Air, Maryland. Looking to get the Vulcans out of this hole here. Since it is a doubleheader, this is the last inning of play here as they play 7. And 13-6 the score. California just have a chance just to get out of it a little bit here. Just, like you said, just damage limitation. Just give up as little as possible. And up to bat next here for the Griffins will be Aiden Shepard. And once again, we are in another bases loaded situation. Both of these teams love it. They've loved it so far in this game, and this has been for California at least, an unprecedented amount of walks in this game. I'm not quite sure the most walks that they've given up to another team in a game, but this has got to be up there with the likes of it. They've given up a ton of walks here today.
Yep. Vulcan's pitching staff right now has, as I said earlier, struggled to find a rhythm or a weapon against Seton Hill's batting right now, and they just haven't had an answer.
10 walks so far in this game from the Vulcans pitching staff. Can Bogdan finally break that away? 2 appearances on the season. He's only given up 1 hit, has 2 strikeouts in that time. 2.1 innings pitched, has a 0 in the ERA column. Isn't looking to add on to that here. It's the first pitch from Bogdan in there for strike 1. Shepard walked in his last at bat. Takes the second pitch from Bogdan outside for ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-1 pitch drilled high into the air. Bobbin nearly drops it, but is able to make the catch. And the Vulcans are able to escape out of the top of the 7th. 13-6 the score. And Bogdan able to get that .1 inning of relief pitching in there. And able to get the Vulcans out with only giving up 1 run in the inning. Now for California, you're now back to, you have your 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up to bat here in the bottom of the 7th. They need to make some magic happen, as Wood going to go back out there once more to pitch for the Griffins, and after a phenomenal display in the bottom of the 6th inning, struck out the side and looked very, I mean, you got to look very dominant if you're striking out the side. I mean, it seemed like everything he was pitching was just where it needed to be.
Yeah, for sure. Caden Wood hoping to get out of this, close this game out. Right now, Vulcans hoping to have something happen, but stranger things have happened.
And there definitely are some possibilities. Like you said, there have been stranger things to happen, but you can't count on any game until it's over. But the Vulcans only have 3 outs to score at least 7 runs to send this game into extras. They're going to start off with Santino Mara, 2 for 3 on the afternoon, a single, a double, an RBI and a strikeout in there as well. And when the moon hits Mara's eyes, Seems to get on base quite a lot. First pitch from Wood. Swung on and drilled into right field. First pitch swinging and a first pitch base hit for Santino Mara. And things starting off pretty strong here in the bottom of the 7th here for California.
Keeping it moving. There's been quite a few first pitch hits so far in the day. I guess we'll keep seeing. We'll see if that'll happen again. But
I think maybe that was something both of these teams talked about coming into today's game, was just trying to attack these pitchers early on in the at-bats. It's Callahan out here now for the Vulcans. Single in his last at-bat. 1 on, no outs here for Callahan. That pitch swung on, drilled towards center field. It's going to be a discussion, and play is going to be caught by the left fielder Shepard. It's going to be the out number 1.
Solid contact off the bat, just hung in the air for a little bit too long. Now working with 1 out, you hope Vulcans can keep it moving, but I guess we'll see.
Stewart up to bat, singled his last time out. First pitch swinging, drills that one towards right field. Play is going to need to be made, and a nice sliding grab out and right. Unbelievable catch made by Noah Sweeney.
Man, there's been a couple of those here tonight. Great playing, great read off the bat too.
And just like that, the Vulcans are down to their final out. I see Wood out there gave the tip of the cap to Sweeney, who made that play over in foul territory. It's now up to Jaden Titano. First pitch swinging, sends that one towards the right center gap, and that one is going to make its way down. Titano going to push it towards second base, and he's going to be able to get there on the double. So now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs now for California.
Yeah, first pitch swinging again. This time it held up for the Vulcans.
And we saw Titano kind of worry about whether or not he should take off towards second after he made that hit out there, but he saw that throw was a little bit off the mark and was able to get his way towards second. Now Colby Rockesy is up to bat here for California. Singled his last time up. First pitch swinging once again. Fouls that one back just over top of us. So 2 on, 2 out here for California. They need to keep the dream alive here. All up to Colby Rockesy now. 0-1 pitch from Wood. That one low and outside for ball 1. Wood takes a long look over to third. 1-1 pitch. That one low and outside once again. 2-1 now to Rockesy.
Wood hoping to close out this game after coming in last inning, striking out the side, and now allowing 2 hits.
2-1 pitch from Wood, fouled back by Rockesy and the Vulcans. Now down to their final strike here in game number 1. Griffins able to win this game, take the series, but still one more game to play. One gets the look in. 2-2 count. That one swung on, popped high up into the air. Third baseman Oberdorf able to camp under it for the final out. And the Griffins mark their 1,000th career game with a win here in Wild Things Park. Your final score from game number 1, Seton Hill 13, California 6. Braxton, any final thoughts or words about game number 1?
Well, game number 1, I'd say a good offensive showing for both teams, but I'd say more so Seton Hill Griffins, as their Vulcans pitching staff just didn't seem to have an answer for them. But I guess we'll see what happens in this second game here, and we'll wish both teams the best of luck.
The Griffins take the series, but can the Vulcans avoid the sweep? We'll be right back here for game number 2 on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the PSAC Network.